Hey guys, I'll be installing new rotors and brake pads for my Toyota Rav4, but this would work for any car. Also, all the parts are in the descriptions, so any of them you need, you can check my description of this video. Alright, so I took the tire out, and there are two bolts you have to remove, and there are two in the back. Those are the back screws, bolt. So remove those two screws using 14mm socket. Alright, so using 17mm socket, remove the bolt in the back. If your bolts are stuck, you have to use a breaker bar, like some kind of extension. Easier to remove those, but they should come off. So I ended up using breaker bar, and it was easy after that. Alright, so I have used these clips to hang the caliper because you don't want to hang them anywhere else. This is more secured. Make sure you do that. Hang your caliper with something, don't let it hang on the tube itself. It's very risky if you don't do this. You might break the whole line. So I have it in descriptions if you're interested, or you could use anything at home if you have anything that can hold caliper. Alright, next we'll remove the brake pads. They are pretty worn, as you see. Alright, I just want to show you the difference between new and old one. As you see, the old one is pretty much thinned out, nothing left. You should be able to remove your caliper at that time. Alright, so I had a hard time removing my rotor, so I tried hammering it and it would not come off. So I had to try something else. I'll show you what to do if you have this issue. If not, then you can just skip. Alright, just use yourself two M8 screws. Alright, so I'll put a link somewhere on the video, so if you want to check the detailed video of this, you can check it out for a stuck rotor. And now it should open. There you go. I use brush to remove the top rust from your rotors, hubs. You don't have to go crazy, but I think it's a good habit. Alright, so now we're just going to push the piston back for a caliper using this tool. Alright, so using a brake cleaner, remove the top oil from your new rotors. You have to do it. Make sure you spray it enough and wipe it down both sides. To avoid your rotor getting stuck, I'm going to use anti-seize on the rotors, and then it just helps overall. Alright, next I'm going to apply a little bit of silicone on this bushings. So just helps with the braking, and it stops squeaking as well. So this is very important. I'm gonna wipe it down, both bolts. I'm gonna use this brake lubricants on both of them and use a generous amount, not too crazy, just so it covers everything, and it should be good enough. Insert both of them, both pins back to caliper, and that should be it. Next we'll put back the rotor, and to hold the rotor I'm just gonna screw the lug nuts so it holds the rotor while I can put back all the caliper and brake pads. Alright, now put back your caliper, and then you insert the 17mm screws, bolt, so it can hold the caliper, and then you can install your brake pads. Alright, before I forget, some of the cars have these shims that you have to take it out and install. Make sure you don't forget. For my Toyota Rav4, I have this thing, so I had to install to my new brake pads, transfer it to my new brake pads. So make sure you follow this step. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. You can just install your new brake pads in your caliper. Alright, so I'm gonna apply anti-seize on that, on that place on all four sides for brake pads, which helps. Alright, so you can install your brake pads. Alright, now you can go ahead and install your caliper and insert those 14mm screws. Alright, so I applied around 25 foot-pounds for those two screws. If you don't have a torque wrench, you can do hand tight, but do not over tight them. Hand tight is more than enough. Alright, so the back bolt was around 76 foot-pound. Make sure you torque it right, and that's about it. Hope you find this video useful, and before you drive, make sure you pedal it a couple times, and then drive your car.